What's going on, everyone, and welcome back. New video on the channel. Aston Martin Lagonda from 1990 is now in Forza Horizon 5. I'm actually pretty happy about this because it's such a weird, ugly, quirky, dumb car, and I love it. I love that it's now in this game. In the 90s, Aston Martin created some really pretty cars, and then they created the Aston Martin Lagonda, which is not so much. They actually made a modern version of this as well. And I ended up seeing it at the Geneva Motor Show, but look at it. Aston Martin created this. This is something that I would expect, like, Lancia to make. Am I wrong in saying that? God, it's slow. Oh my god, it's slow. I'll drive it again. I just want to have a poke around it. I want to have a look at what's going on with this thing. Obviously, Aston Martin, massive brand for creating super cool, you know, ridiculously expensive luxury like GT cars. So them making a 4-door saloon that looks like this was completely out of pocket as well. It's just completely off from the type of design that they were like going for in the 90s as well. Like it's just really weird, but I love it, man. It's so cool. Let's have a quick little look around this thing. It's got, I don't even know what engines this thing looks like, a V8. So it's got a V8 in it. I want to have a little look at the interior because I think I'm pretty sure that this thing was made to be like super like futuristic-y and all that. Like it's just crazy looking. Look at it. So weird. A 2-spoke wheel. I'm gonna turn it on just so I can see what the dials look like because I'm pretty sure they're all like fully digital, aren't they? Yeah, they are fully digital. It just reminds me of like what older, like, was it the C3 Corvettes, right? Am I right in saying the C3? Or is it the C4 Corvettes? I think it's the C4 Corvettes. I can't remember, one or the other, but I remember there was one of them to have that, and even like one of the Camaros, I think, that, I don't know, it's just such a weird car, and I love it. Seriously. Super quirky. I don't know like too much about these cars, about the Aston Martin Lagonda. I obviously know, you know, it's a very quirky and it's kind of out of left field type of release for Aston Martin, but it just looks so strange. It kind of wants to be like a Bentley like rival, but like I feel like nobody really liked this thing when it came out. It's just such a weird car. I want to drive it, man. I want to do stuff to it. I think if we're able to put drift suspension on this thing, I want to absolutely slam it because it's already really low as it is. It's just the shape of it. It's just such a like a weirdly low roofed like wedge. So this thing fully slammed could go pretty hard. It could look really good. It's so slow stock. It doesn't feel like it's got like almost 300 horsepower. It weighs 2 tons as well. The I was going to say the panoramic roof, but it's not really panoramic. It's like a weird sunroof for the rear passengers, isn't it? It looks so strange. Really strange. That's what it looks like from the interior. I love it, man. I love it. I love when they add like weird, dumb, quirky cars in the game. It's doing... What are these gear ratios, man? I know it's an automatic, but it's doing... What is wrong with it? It's like... It's misfiring. Wait, listen to that. Listen. Why is it misfiring when it's in the red line? What? Why does it sound like that? I'm not even like hitting limiter. This has to be a bug, right? Wait, I want to have a look. Where is it? Tires, heat, damage. No, where is it? I think it's in the first, right? Is there something with the RPM? Come on, get up to speed. It is. Oh. What is going on with this game? That is the second time in 2 days that this game just decides to turn off randomly and just crash. I'll be right back, I guess. Right, I'm back on the game. Let's just do stuff to it. I feel like you spent too long. I want to bring it over into the festival though, where it's actually like lit up, and we're not. Whoops, what am I doing? I need to go here. There you go. It's lit up so you can actually see what's going on. I need to change the wheels. I need to see if there's drift suspension, and I want to lower it. I don't think this is gonna be a very good car for a bunch of different events because it starts off at like 2 tons, so it's already a super heavy car. But if we can slam this thing, if we can give this thing some big old wheels, make it really low, we could get this thing to look pretty decent. It could go quite hard. What are we looking at for engine swaps? Viper engine. This is a Ferrari engine. What engine is this from? Is it from the 355? I don't even know, actually. We have a Lamborghini V12. We don't even have Aston engines, man. What's up with that? 5.3 liter V8. I'm gonna twin turbo it. Why not? It is, I'm gonna say rear-wheel drive. Yeah, it is. Okay, so we're fine with that. Visually, I was just gonna say, surely we can't have too much going on in the aftermarket department because I don't even know if there's an aftermarket like market for these cars. Put this thing on the old off-road racing or off-road dirt tire compound because they just seem to be the ones that get the car to be the lowest as possible. I'm gonna go a little wider for the rear, maybe some 275s, and we'll keep the front 255s. That should be fine. Wheel size though, honestly, with the standard Aston wheels, this goes kind of hard. I feel like I'm not really doing it justice by not upgrading the wheels on it, but it actually looks sick with the original Aston wheels. Am I wrong in saying that? I mean, all these wheels look ridiculous because they're massive on this car. I don't know why, man. Like, the original Aston wheels just do it for me. They look really clean when they're just bigger in size. Obviously, we're completely ruining the ride quality of this thing, but who cares about that, you know? It's a video game. Who really cares? I will, however, go ahead and upgrade the power for this thing because it is incredibly slow. So, even though I'm not going to actually build this thing. Sounds pretty cool, actually, like this. It's got like a really low burbly V8. Nope. It just sounds like it's misfiring. It's the dumbest thing ever, man, with this thing. It's so stupid. Alright, so with the standard engine, with a bunch of parts slapped onto it, we have squeezed out over 600 horsepower, 634, and now it weighs 1,651 kilos. Have we done everything? Have I even done weight reduction on this thing? We have. Okay, cool. So I just want to see. Everything was kind of spot on. It's like, it's got like no brakes. Like this. Why has it got like no brakes? I'm about to give it these brakes. They look probably the best. I don't even want to give it carbon ceramics because they just look weird. But I think these look fine. I want to see what sort of paint options we have available for this thing as well. I will change the tune on it slightly so we can try to see if we can go a little lower. But if you guys want to do the same thing yourselves, if you want to get your cars to be as low as possible, do this, right? So pick all the parts that I've picked. Then we go all the way to low there. These don't matter. I don't really want this thing to have a stupid amount of camber, so we're going to kind of bring it back down a little bit like that. Anti-roll bars, they don't really make too much of a difference. However, when you're driving, they do make a bit of a difference. So if you want to drive this thing on that custom map that I'll show you in a minute, having really soft anti-roll bars, maybe you're trying to go around the corner, the car will be even lower than it actually is. Springs as well, I'm going to soften everything. Same with dampers, completely soft everything because we actually have a little mod that's it's an in-game mod, so it's not like an external mod, but it's a mod for the actual map that we're gonna be on. So like it's like an internal game mod that you can change, so you can have the cars be pressed down by gravity. This reminds me of the Ford Scorpion. Or is it Scorpion or Scorpio? I can't remember. I think it's the Ford Scorpio. It reminds me of that with that rear light. God, that's an awful color. Oh my god, that's awful. This screen looks good though. I think we could probably keep it in this screen. I wish that we could change the bulbs on the cars, man. It'd be so sick if we could change that. This little baby blue color is a bit weird. The white, the red looks good. Kind of the darker colors suit this thing more. Grey looks good as well. The green though, I'm gonna paint the screen. And the wheels, should I paint the wheels like a chrome color? What do they look like in chrome? So basically the same sort of setup. Oh, they look ridiculous. They look ridiculous in chrome, man. Oh my god. I'm doing that. I'm doing that. I don't know, man. There's something about these wheels. They just look good. Alright, and then after you've done all this, bring it over to the map that I'm going to show you. There's a few maps. If you want, you could just search them yourself. Yeah, let me show you. It looks good already lowered. See the point from the bonnet, right, to the top of the wheel arch. So this part here. So from the top of the bonnet to the top of the wheel arch, right? I don't really know exactly what that's called in like more like, you know, scientific terms, but that point being really, really thin is like for supercars and hypercars. So if you ever look at cars and they look like that, it just means that their wheel arch is so tiny. So these older cars, stuff like you'd see it on, you know, like the Lamborghini Countach and old Ferrari like Testarossas and stuff like that, you'll see how small the distance is from like basically the bonnet to the actual top of the wheel arch. So it makes cars look like supercars or hypercars from back in the day. So if you look at it from this angle, it just looks like a supercar. Then you look at it from this angle and it looks ridiculous. But that's one thing that I absolutely love about this car. It's just so cool for that. Alright, cool. So if you want to try this out for yourselves, if you go to the event labs, I've made videos on this channel in the past where you guys will be able to just search my name and you can find every single one of these. So if I go to my shared events, you'll be able to see low cars, free roam, wet evening, I have dry morning, wet day, wet night, wet night, dry afternoon. These are all really, really good for even fog. These are all really good for creating some really interesting images, really interesting pictures if you're that type of person, or if you just want to slam your car and drive around, slam, it'll just look really, really sick. So let's have a look and see what it looks like now. Slammed. Okay, I mean, it doesn't bring it down that much more. But it is tucking a little bit now, which I do like. It is tucking away. Oh, this is good. This looks great lowered. And the big wheels, man. Why did Aston give it such tiny wheels back in the day? The big wheels just suit it. Am I the only one that thinks this goes ridiculously hard right now? It just looks so sick. The wedge shape is so funny to me, man. I don't even care that we can't do much with this car in terms of like racing or anything like that. It's always fun to just get something in there and just build it up. Why is it like sound like it's misfired? I love how the physics are a little bit weird due to the fact that we have gravity pressing it down. So obviously, if you press the gravity down, you do have to increase the torques of the cars. So you know you're able to actually get up to speed a bit quicker. Because obviously, when you're pressing the car down, it just looks, or it makes it look good, but the actual physics kind of break a little bit. So makes the cars a little bit slower. I really, really like this thing. It looks really good. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think of it. This is the car that you get, by the way. I don't think I've mentioned this week for your 20 points. I'm pretty sure that they have to patch this. They have to patch this. There's no way that they're leaving this in the game where the car sounds like this. They have to patch it. It sounds so dumb. Alright, I'm leaving it there for today's video. Let me know what you think of the Aston Martin Lagonda, and let me know what you think of it being slammed like I have done to it now. It's a ridiculous car. Why does it look like that? This car's so bugged, man. It changes the time of day when you're inside of the car. What? It's literally daytime outside, and then you do this, and it's just nighttime. What is going on? This is such a bugged and cursed car. I think I know what I'm gonna call this video. The newest car is incredibly cursed. It's so buggy, but it's so sick. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. That's enough oddling this Aston. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching, and have a good day. Goodbye.